Hey guys, in this video I will show you the process from having your finished product ready for sale to launching your online store over Shopify and making the first sale. If you're in the process of building your business, keep watching. I have a ton of information for you that's gonna for sure smooth out what you'll have to go through, like the single most important thing you must do to drive sales online. Timestamps are in the description, and while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate it very much. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Phil, and this channel is about building additional income sources like this small candle business. If you haven't seen the first video, be sure to check it out here first. As it turns out, I'm a scared little girl and started procrastinating a lot, maybe because I now have to move from the safety and secrecy of my apartment to the unsparingly honest world out there, putting everything online. I've been constantly moving to-dos from my calendar forward, and I really don't want to do that at all, so I thought about making this table of pain. So guess what? That's all I'm going to do for the next weeks. I want to improve the finish of the candles. I need to work on my website, finish the legal pages and copyright, finish thank you cards, all before presenting the candles at a local store, which I hope will add them to their product line. Everything will need to look more or less finished. And I definitely want to do a monthly update video here in January, but first I need to make updates. If you're also playing with the idea of starting a business, despite all the bad things this pandemic brought to us, it might be a great opportunity if you want to build an online business. 79% of customers will shop online regularly in the next 6 months, compared to 57% who will shop in store. And the number of customers from Shopify merchants has grown by 50% year over year, which equals to a 76% increase in total sales. Technically, everyone can start a business online, and now there are even more customers willing to buy from you. Okay, we should get back to this. I'm now officially a small business owner. I currently live in Germany, so I went through that process of registering a small business, which is mandatory to legally start selling stuff with the intention of making a profit. And this structure is fine as long as I don't make more than around 22k net revenue per year. Because I work at the University Medical Center, which is part of the public service, it says in my contract that I have to get the approval from my boss before I can start a side business. So make sure to check that before starting. But this went better than I would have expected. Then I had to fill out pages and pages telling the authorities who I am and what I'm planning to do, how much I will spend and earn this year, and so on. Just do it. It looks super hard, but I put a minimum of effort into this and really didn't know what I was doing, but I assumed they would get back to me when something is totally wrong. Now to the website. I've been procrastinating successfully on building the website. That's why I included it in this video. I'm using Shopify both to host and build my store, and I use this free theme called Narrative. Here you can change the colors of your page, and I use the same color for each section so it looks like the images are scrolling over the background. One interesting thing I came across while listening to the Smart Passive Income podcast is the concept of storytelling around your business, which according to Donald Miller is key. Apparently it's quite easy to implement though. The main message I took from this: you've got to communicate something that people can understand within a millisecond or they will pass. And every person who passes, the more complicated you are with the message, the higher the percentage of people who are passing it up, and the higher the percentage of revenue that you are not making, because you confuse them. People will move into familiar territory more than they will move into confusion. So rule number 1, do not be vague at defining what your customers want. For inspiration on what I listen to regularly, go to this video and follow me on Twitter. After listening, I immediately changed the title of the page. The first thing people will see. What I had before is Gin Candles Design. Gin Candles Design. I thought it sounded cool, but worst case scenario, people who would have liked the product would be like, okay, is that a cozy, stylish gin bar, a concept store? So I changed it to what seems to me as really unclever but massively precise, namely candles made from gin bottles. So no one could say that they didn't immediately know what this website has in store for them. I also wanted to make a new picture that reflects the handmade, great ingredients narrative. It will be the first thing you see when you enter the website, underlying the text with the main message of the business. I quickly edited the picture and put everything on the website. And the other thing I found really interesting but didn't fully take advantage of yet, because I don't exactly know how, but maybe you can, is that in your copyright or the advertising text on your website, you have to make sure that you are not the hero of that story, but rather the guide who has to express competency while showing the customer that you have empathy for their problem and you can help them solve it. Then I worked on different pages, shipping, FAQ, legal notice, general terms and conditions, which for now I made using a free generator website. But I remain suspicious how bulletproof this is actually, but for now I assume it will be alright. Once I get more traffic and sales, I will redo this hiring a law firm. Then I go back to making candles. Wrapped them in paper and went to a store I had selected because it offers rather expensive products you don't find anywhere else and also offers one of the gin brands that I work with. I had a meeting with the manager and it went really well. I was really surprised that they reacted so positively when they saw the product. They just thought the edges would be a little bit sharp. And this is definitely something I wanted to work on anyways. I discussed my options for the packaging with them, which I actually still hadn't found yet, but I put it as I wanted to leave the decision with them. So here's the thing with packaging. It's not easy to find one with the exact dimensions for your product. It is even harder to find one that isn't super expensive without having to order 5,000 boxes if they even offer selling low quantity. I had something like this in mind, which would be quite expensive. Something like 10% of the price of the candles, as long as I order small quantities. They suggested I should just wrap them in cardboard, which is ridiculously cheap, but the more I think about it, the better it fits into the whole narrative of the product, which is upcycled and environmentally conscious. And probably people would even like the thought of only having to trash this instead of wondering whether to trash this box with a metal lid. They also said it would be good if I included a card highlighting what makes this product special, like that it's upcycled and handmade and that we only use soy wax and produce locally. I designed them in Canva. I also added the website and social media symbols so people might follow me there and stay connected. I ordered the cards directly from Canva, which worked really well. Up to now, I really like them as a platform to do all my designs, and I'm very satisfied with their printed products as well. So that's what it looked like in the end. But what I didn't know at this point, of course, was that just 1 week later, all shops needed to close, including hairdressers, as you can see. But as Stoic philosophy is trying to teach us, this is outside of my control, so I will not let this bother me one bit. There's just an endless amount of other things I need to worry about, so I will just gladly hand this off. If you want to know how I record videos outside, I recommend you check out this video. It's short and has a lot of information. After the store manager asked for a business card and I couldn't leave them anything professional with my contact info, I felt a bit stupid for not having done this, even though it's really easy and cheap. So I quickly designed this on craft paper. Also, I wanted to have them for the next thing I will talk about. One of the gin brands I worked with asked whether I could also make candles out of small bottles, which is ideal as a gift for their customers and also to give to people to introduce my brand. I really liked the idea, picked up 20 small gin bottles from them, and over the weekend I got to work. And to my astonishment, this actually worked great. I had to buy all of the equipment because I used to always borrow everything from my dad, who I had to FaceTime to find out how to put the blade into the jigsaw. I have to say, I'm looking forward to the day where I won't have to do these kinds of things on the same table that I eat my cereal. I finished the 20 candles and delivered them the day after. She's actually not going to use them herself. She's going to distribute them among many of her clients to boost my business, and so that people from also different cities, shop owners and pop-up stores around here get to know my brand. I put a business card with every candle so the clients could easily reach me or check out the store. Then the other day I had a PayPal notification saying that my cousin sent me money, completely out of the blue, and I had no idea what for. Only in the evening I read the email from PayPal that showed the details of the transaction and realized that he bought one of my candles over my online store, my first sale. I was so shocked. I'm not expecting to sell anything at the moment, and of course I immediately got to making the candle. So fun if you have an order to fulfill. This enabled me to go through the whole process with my cousin updating me on what the customer sees on the other end. Apparently everything went really well and looked professional. After placing the order, he got an email that it was accepted, and as soon as I hit fulfilled, he got an email that the product is on the way. Shopify writes the invoice that is ready to print. I just had to change the email address because it showed my private one. So kudos to Shopify. If you've ever used a service like WordPress or WooCommerce, you know that what happens behind the scenes here is not trivial at all, but they make it invisible, and that's what completely justifies their pricing, in my opinion. So that's it for now. The product is completely finished, the packaging is ready, the online store is up, and I have one potential shop which will offer the candles as soon as the lockdown is lifted. I'm currently working on the social media accounts and how to sell via Facebook and Instagram, so hopefully I can show that to you next time and walk you through Facebook's business suite. I'm also exploring some other options to advertise my website, and one is quite exciting. I hope I can share it with you then. In the meantime, you can check out this video on how to even generate an idea like this, or if you want to know what I'm doing with the money I earn, check out this video about investing. Before you leave, please consider to like and subscribe. It surely means a lot to me. If you want to check out my other videos, I linked some cool stuff somewhere around here. So please let me know what you think. Thank you very much for following me on this journey. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.